Hey, what's up? Hello guys, my name is Paige. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the 9 books / things I read in the month of June. Alright, so a bunch of these are graphic novels, but I read 9 things, so we're just gonna get started because I feel like this is gonna be a long video and I have a lot to talk about and give my opinion to and everything. The first book that I read was The Kiss Cushion by Holly Hung. This is a book about a girl that has special needs. I'm going to be looking down a lot. I have my bullet journal that has my notes. So this is a book about a girl that has Asperger's and her struggles when it comes to sex in the bedroom and how uncomfortable she feels, and she hires a male escort and they end up falling in love. Everybody is hyped about this book on YouTube and I gave it overall a 3 out of 5 stars. Not my favorite. Not at all. I would recommend this book to people who would want a cute love story. It did make me feel uncomfortable when it came to the sex parts because she would just like overthink it and everything. I don't know if it's because of her Asperger's. I'm not a big fan. I don't know a whole lot about Asperger's, so I can like, oh, this is the perfect representation of Asperger's, but I don't know. But yes, overall I gave it The Kiss Cushion by Holly Hung, I can never say that last name, a 3 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was a graphic novel. This is my first graphic novel of the month, and it is called Mermaids Tales. Mostly, it looks like it is the Aquaman, but in like a mermaid form. But anyways, so the graphic novel, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Overall, I think it was a good quest that she went on and how she grew throughout the whole graphic novel, but overall, it just wasn't like the best graphic novel I've ever read. So yes, this one I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Anyways, so this graphic novel is about a girl that goes on a quest to save her kingdom. It reminds me of Aquaman, kind of the similar thing. She has some issues with her mom. Pretty good graphic style. I enjoyed. Here, I'm gonna see if I don't get copyrighted for any of this stuff. But some of the art style is like that. Overall, it was pretty good. So yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. The next book was my sleep book. So if you guys do not know, I listen to a book every single night. That helps me fall asleep. I like something that is playing. I like everything that is playing. A lot of the times, like my sleep book now, I can't even tell you who the main character is, and I have 2 hours and something odd minutes left. I know that she's a shapeshifter, but we're not talking about that book. We're talking about this book, which is called Frozen. This is about a world that lives on the outskirts, and what I got from it is that their world is freezing and she tries to leave her politics or just leave her place, and she ends up having superpowers that can help out with dragons, I think. I couldn't even tell you the main character's name, to be bloody well honest. So yeah, these are always like my sleep books that I'm so always iffy about rating them because I'm like half the time I fall asleep to it. But I enjoyed the characters. This did have a lot of plot points. I don't know if I was sleeping or what, but like they would have something happen to them and it'd be convenience that they would live, or convenience that they would have the perfect thing happen to them. And I'm like, why does that have to be in that? You know, like they're one of her friends, spoiler, or one, that's kind of a spoiler. For example, like one of her friends was like dying or something and he had this magical cure, and I was like, whatever. Anyways, I gave this book overall a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't know if I'll be continuing on with the second book, if there is one. I'm whipping through these like crazy. The next book that I read was finally I finished Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hogel. Y'all know me. My names, I always put them down here. This book is a nonfiction, so is this author. She wrote about her life and how girls should not take crap from people and go from there. It's a very good self-help book. It just wasn't my cup of tea of self-helps. I always have problems reading and judging self-help books because I'm just like, I don't know how to judge them. It's like anyone's personal opinion about how they write their own books and what they go through, and this did jump around a lot towards her own thing, so that was a little frustrating. I was like, why does she have to jump around? But overall, it's pretty good. So the Girl Wash Your Face, I don't know if I'll read her second book. My mom's reading it now, and she said it's pretty good, but not as great as the first book, and she really liked the first book. This is her copy. Thanks, Bobo. Overall, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Alright, the next book that I read was a graphic novel. It was the Avengers by that author. This is Avengers. I believe it says Avengers graphic novel book 1. It's a little graphic novel series about following 2 of the Avengers and how they have to save the universe and everything. It's super short, like, great art style, very colorful, lots of words. I read it. Overall, it was good. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Don't know if I'll be continuing on with all the other book series. I'm trying to get more into graphic novels, but yeah, so 3 out of 5 stars. The next graphic novel I read was Aquaman. Woo! Okay, so let's talk about Aquaman. On the cover, you have Jason Momoa, right? On the inside, let me find an Aquaman picture. He's blonde and white. Not Jason Momoa color. Blonde and white. So I like how the DC Comics people use Jason Momoa on the front, thinking that you're going to get Jason Momoa drawn out. But no, you get actually Aquaman, who is Aquaman's actually not Jason Momoa. He is white and blonde. Which I did not know that until I picked up the graphic novel and I did my research and I was like, oh my gosh, he is. Why didn't they use that for the movie? Who knows? Anyways, Aquaman is mostly the same thing about the movie, just in graphic novel form. The art style is pretty good. It's a little detailed, dark for it. Some great art pieces other than Aquaman's whole race changing. I quite enjoyed this one. I gave Aquaman War of Theon a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't know if there's any more to this series, but so I might read it. The next graphic novel that I read was Captain America by that person. Anyways, so this was a book mostly about Captain America and how he got started. This graphic novel has more of, not a whole lot of words, but more of just like the art style, so you see the motion of the person. You feel it. There's not, like, if I put all the text together, it was probably like 3 pages of text, like out text, but overall it's just not a whole lot of text, more pictures and then a little bit of text, so that was kind of a bummer. But I gave I gave Captain America a 2 out of 5 stars because I just did not like how there was less text into it. All right, the next book that I read was Sadie. I got a lot to say about this. So I have a lot to say about Sadie. So Sadie is from Dual Perspective. I listened to the audiobook, which is a full cast audiobook with sound, with different people narration. Great performance. The last time I've ever read something like Sadie in an audiobook form was, I literally just went mine blank. What is that name? The Lunar Chronicles are in front of me. Balls, I can't remember. What's that book series? Insert it right now with a oh my gosh page. Anyways, that book series, and it's gonna come to me anyways. And it was great how it had all those elements to it. I would love that in any audiobook. Especially because this is from online, taking interviews, figuring out what happened to Sadie and her sister and all the jazz from it, and it never, like, it left off on a cliffhanger and you never know, and it's good, it's just hard. Sadie did not grow up living an awesome life, and that's what made this book sad for me. And the shit that she had to go through was heartbreaking to read, to listen about. At one point I had to put it down for a couple days because I was like, I think I might DNF this book. It was just hard, but I did enjoy it because of the audiobook form. It just took me a lot longer to read because I just didn't want to read all that stuff about it. Yes, overall I gave Sadie a 3 out of 5 stars, and I don't know if this is a series because it did lift off on a cliffhanger. Yes. All right, the last and final book before we get into my wrap-up is I put it the wrong way. Pokemon XY Volume 12. Guys, it is taking me almost 2 years or a year and a half to read 12 volumes of Pokemon. Yeah. Once again, I gave another graphic novel a 3 out of 5 stars. This did have a lot more action to it because it was wrapping up the whole series. The last couple pages broke my heart. I feel like there could have been more. Like he said, I'll see you next time. Or I'll see you next time X. Or I think it was I'll see you next time Y or X or something. And that was very nice. I'm like, I think there's more, but I've only had 12. Or I think there's only 12 in this series. Or the volumes. So yeah, Pokemon XY Volume 12. I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. Alright guys, let's talk about the 3 books I'm reading. Right now I'm reading, I can't remember the name of it, insert here, of the book that I'm reading to fall asleep at. When I picked the book at like 10 o'clock at night or something one night, it was like, oh, this is cool. It's a shape-shifting book, whatever. It's book 2. I can't tell you who the main character's name is. I have an hour and something on minutes left. I don't know if I'll read that one. Or I might do this next year is like rate the books that I read at night, like fall asleep and not give them a rating, but at least I finished reading them, but not give them like a rating overall, like 1 out of 5 or something, because I feel like that's going to dish out on the thing. Book club book, we are deciding right now. I'm going to put together some polls. We did not meet today. Today's the 31st, if you all want to know. We did not meet today. We all met last night at a luau party, got a little hammered, and talked about the book, and not a whole lot of people liked Bird Box. I think majority, I gave the highest rating, which was 3 out of 5 stars. Everyone else gave it 1 and DNF'd it. A 2 out of 5 stars, DNF'd it, and Spark Nosed the rest. Because I just didn't feel like reading it and everything. So yeah. The next book that I'm reading right now is 5 Love Languages with Mark. We're listening to the audiobook. This is Jenna's copy. Thanks, Jenna, for letting me borrow your watered down copy. We are currently like only a couple pages into it. Mark and I aren't big, he's not a big audiobook person. I'm a big audiobook person, because if he's watching this, Mark, please, can we read this month? So yeah, this is a book I'm planning to read in July. I don't know what time it is. I just keep getting text messages. But yeah, 5 Love Languages. The next book that I'm reading is my Sarah Dessen book. It's Sarah Dessen's The Moon and More. I felt like a fun summer young adult contemporary one. I've been kind of in a slump. I've been going towards more action or high fantasy, which I'm like, that's not fun for the summer. But when you have 97 books on your laptop / your computer and your to-be read list, you kind of got to read whatever you want. So I picked out this one. It's Sarah Dessen's The Moon and More. And I love Sarah Dessen's reading. If I could rate Sarah Dessen's books, I really like Lock and Key. I read that when I was younger, and I could probably reread that twice. Love that book. I don't know the symbolism with the keys. We're not here to discuss that book. I might do a reread on that. Let me know. But yes. Yeah, I'm reading this one. I'm currently on page 180, which is on chapter 10. So I'm going to get some more of this reading done today, and we'll finish it up before next month, which is July. So yeah, that my reading plans are pretty open. I do know that there's a couple book readathons are going on, but I like to participate in those. It's just harder for me to edit vlogs and stuff and put them all up on time because I work a lot and I have a lot going on. But until next time, happy reading. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, the fun keyword, because I keep forgetting it, is, I don't know, let's do bananas. No. Let's do a sun. Fun keyword is sun. So until next time, I'll talk to you all later.